Hi everybody, welcome to GMax channel. Today I'm going to show you how to overclock a GTX 780m. So what we're going to need first, it's a program called a GPU Tweak, which you can download from the link I will provide in the description. So let's have a look. GPU Tweak, it's a really simple program. It's made by Asus and I'm using Asus G750JH with a GTX 780m. And the clock is here set to 797. The GTX 780m has a higher clock, 823. But just to let you know, this 797 actually means is 823. So if you're gonna put this clock to a maximum, which is a 932, it's gonna show you some more megahertz in a benchmarking, let's say the Unity heaven. I'm not really overclocking my graphics, but in some games and applications sometimes I need a little boost, okay? Just to let you know, a little warning before that, you are doing it on your own risk, and it's very important for you to understand that you're gonna gain around 2 or 3 FPS, it depends. Sometimes you can take more, you can like have, let's say, 10 frames, but really it depends on application and game. I was using this recently in Skyrim, and I had around 38 frames per second on Full HD and all the graphic modes and much more. And then when I overclocked this card, I had around 42, 44. So like I said, depends. The only problem is that you're gonna have more temperatures. The temperature will rise around 3 to 4 degrees. So my maximum degrees were 78 with this laptop. Normal temperature is moving around 75 maximum without overclock. But just to let you know, I found some good settings. So when you set your card to a maximum, you speak about a 932 in this little thing, and then you're gonna set your memory clock to 5180. I found this a really good configuration, and I think that's the maximum configuration you can do in a graphic. The temperature will move to a 78 degrees, and that's pretty a lot. It's still not as much as in Alienware or MSI, but still I think this is the best maximum configuration. I don't really advise you to go higher. Don't forget, overclocking your card will bring you more heat, and it's very important for you to understand. The good settings, which I found pretty comfy and I felt that they are not bad, you're gonna set this thing in the middle, somewhere around middle, and you're gonna move the memory to 5060. You're gonna use sort of this configuration that the CPU clock is in the middle, the memory clock is at 5160. You press apply, and then you can go ahead and try your software. I was using Unity Heaven 4.0, a basic edition which you can get from the internet. And what you're gonna do, you're just gonna run it, but you set your preset to extreme, okay? So you press run, it will load, and you are good to go. I was playing with these little settings and overclocking 780m a lot. I went almost through 50 or 60 benchmarks just to see the difference, and you gain not much, guys. You gain around 2 frames in Unity. I will show you later some results. So when you are here, what you're gonna do, in this right top corner you can see the frames, you can see the card 780m, the graphics, it's 913 megahertz, you see. But just to let you know, in the GPU Tweak it shows that it's 861 clock. The clock is 861, but here it shows 913. That's the catch I was telling you about, so don't freak out if you're gonna see, if you put in the maximum, you're gonna see 980 something hertz. And temperatures are here. So it's very important to click the benchmark, and that's it. And you just let it go. Here in the right bottom corner it will skip through all the scenes, for everything, and it will show you the minimal frames, the maximum frames, and 26 scenes. It will benchmark each scene. At the end of the benchmark, you're gonna have a little results, and I'll show you the results I gained with what settings. So how to overclock? You're gonna move this little thing, CPU clock. If you put it to a maximum and you put the memory clock to 5180, I found it as the most stable, highest clock. The results you're gonna get with this little thing over here are 37.2 as an average frame, and the score 936, minimum frame 16.6, maximum frames 87.7. If you're gonna put a medium overclock, in medium overclock you will have results like 36.4 and 917. If you compare those two together, you can see that you only have a little difference in the score, and the temperatures are only 1 degree below. Be very careful when you are overclocking, your temperatures go higher, and especially in a laptop, so you need a proper cooling device. I'm using Asus G750JH and it has 2 vents, and they are fantastic for cooling because one vent is cooling GPU and the other vent is cooling CPU. If you don't overclock your card, your results gonna look like this: 34.5 FPS and score is 169. Your minimum is 15 and maximum 80. So you see, in maximum you got 87 frames and in minimum you got 80. I tested out on Skyrim EMB graphic mode with around 100 mods, and the frames were only like 2 or 3 different, but the temperature went to 78 degrees in this laptop. The highest temperature I experienced with no overclock was 75 degrees. So you can see, for few frames you're gonna suffer a little hottest laptop. Guys, it's very important for you to understand that overclocking is not very safe, okay? But it's still possible, and if you are looking for it and you need to overclock sometimes, then maybe do it, but to leave your card overclock all the time in your laptop is maybe not a good idea, and I don't advise it. I don't know how this overclock gonna work on MSI laptops or Alienware or other brands. I'm using Asus, so please also keep them in mind and try it for yourself. Don't forget to test it out properly with Unigine benchmarking software and check the temperatures. Very important, make sure the temperatures don't go too high. First try it without overclock and then try it with clock. If the temperatures go high, don't even think about overclock. Thank you for watching, guys. Rate, comment, subscribe, and see you later.